Continuous time Fourier series we already have seen. Continuous time Fourier series already we have seen, where we will get A naught, An, Bn as the coefficients. Similarly, in discrete time Fourier series also we will have spectral coefficients. So the general representation, we know what all we have seen till now. Continuous time Fourier transform, how we write time domain signal, and its equivalent Fourier transform is x of j omega. We have seen Laplace transform, and we write double-sided arrow x of s in the Laplace transform. And here dtf is x of n is the signal, and the coefficient is ck. And these are the double-sided arrow. Just I want to recall double-sided arrow, the meaning, Fourier transform pair, Laplace transform pair. Similarly, DTFS pair. This is DTFS pair. The meaning is x of n is time domain and ck is frequency domain. N is nothing but time domain, and this is discrete time domain. And on the other side, this is the frequency domain, and it is generally called a spectral coefficient. Spectrum will always come in frequency domain. So this is called spectral coefficient. And here if you see, this is continuous time domain. X of t means continuous time domain, and x of j omega is frequency domain. And similarly in Laplace also we have continuous time domain, but in DTFS what we are dealing with is discrete time domain signal. Any transform is applied to convert time domain to frequency domain. Any transform, it is applied just to convert time domain to frequency domain. Okay. Already we know the formulas in Laplace transform, Fourier transform. I am going to DTFS formula, converting time domain to frequency domain to time domain. So if I want the frequency domain, it is summation x of n e power minus j 2 pi kn divided by capital N, and this is small n value varies from 0 to n minus 1, and here k value varies from 0, 1, 2, 3 like that up to n minus 1. This is converting time domain to frequency domain, discrete time domain to frequency domain, forward direction conversion. I will make it as equation number 1. If I want reverse conversion, frequency domain to time domain, it is again summation ck e power plus j 2 pi kn divided by capital N. Now the summation limits are k equal to 0 to n minus 1, and this values, small n value will be 0, 1, 2, 3 up to n minus 1. So this is called time period. N minus 1 is called, this complete is called time period. 0 to n minus 1 means totally n values are present. Okay. 0 to n minus 1 means totally n components. We are starting with 0. Okay, octal number system, decimal number system. How we'll do? Octal means 0 to 7. Hexadecimal means 0 to 15. Like that. Hexadecimal means 16 numbers are there, but the counting is 0 to 15. Like that, here 0 to n minus 1 means this is n components are present. Similarly, summation limits also you can see 0 to n minus 1. Okay. If this n components can also be taken as minus n by 2 minus 1 to plus n by 2. Otherwise, we can also take it as minus n by 2 to plus n by 2 minus 1. So totally it will be n components. Here what we are doing, this total, when we count, this total will be equal to n components. So the summation limits or the extended components you can just take in whichever way you want based on the necessity. In the problems I will tell you what is the meaning of necessity. Okay, based on the necessity, the summation limits can be 0 to n minus 1, otherwise minus n by 2 to plus n by 2 minus 1, otherwise minus n by 2 minus 1 to plus n by 2. Okay, like that we can vary. Equation 1 is discrete time domain to frequency domain conversion. and equation 2 is frequency domain conversion to time domain, frequency domain to time domain. Equation 1 is forward direction, equation 2 is reverse direction, and hence the double-sided arrow we are writing discrete time Fourier series representation. Discrete time Fourier series representation. Okay, so what I am writing by the side